What's happening with Lucid stock in October 2023? The past couple of weeks have been a roller coaster for investors. On October 10th, Lucid stock was at $5.44 with a signal to break out to $6. Just a day earlier, on October 9th, it opened at a low of $5. Amidst these fluctuations, there was a glimmer of stability as the stock closed at $5.16 on October 13th. Now, let's dive into the heart of the matter. In this video, we're going to unravel the recent performance of Lucid Group stock and explore why it matters. Lucid is a significant player in the electric vehicle market, making its stock an interesting subject. So, why has it been making waves recently? Lucid stock has been on a bumpy ride lately, and you might be wondering what's going on. In September, the electric vehicle makers saw an 11% drop in its stock value, and October doesn't seem to be treating it any better. In just 3 months, 1/3 of Lucid stock's value has vanished into thin air. But why the downturn? Well, it's a combination of factors. Lucid has been struggling to keep up in the fiercely competitive EV market. Investors weren't thrilled when the company reported a 50% surge in its second quarter operational losses. Additionally, they only managed to deliver about 1,400 EVs in that quarter, which is the same as what they achieved in the first quarter. Not exactly great news for investors, right? To keep up with the Tesla-induced price pressure, Lucid had to cut the prices of its EVs back in August. Cash burn has also been a pain in the neck, pushing Lucid to seek a financial lifeline. They managed to secure $3 billion in funding in August, hoping it would last them until 2025. While Lucid reiterated its production goal for 2023, aiming for 10,000 units, its recent earnings report didn't offer much hope for a turnaround. The stock has been taking a consistent dip in recent weeks, and Lucid's latest move hasn't exactly been a confidence booster for investors.
We are talking Lucid. Lucid with a pretty sizable move lower today despite unveiling this new model, so not enough to excite investors, I guess.
Lucid recently took a step towards boosting demand by introducing a more affordable version of its Air luxury sedan. The new single-motor, rear-wheel drive Air Pure sedan comes with a price tag of $77,400, offering a range of 410 miles. This move aimed to make the Lucid Air more accessible to a wider market. As a result, the stock declined about 7 to 8% following this announcement. The challenge for Lucid lies in balancing the desire to bring down prices with the need to maintain profitability. Despite its positive reviews and impressive range, the Lucid Air is considered relatively expensive. This becomes more apparent as consumer borrowing costs have increased and industry giant Tesla has been aggressively slashing prices in recent months.
Yeah, definitely. We are seeing the shares move to the downside around 8% at this point in time here. And that is because, as you kind of just noted here, they did announce a new model that's going to be on the cheaper side. It's going to be the lowest cost model that they are offering here. And the reason why we are seeing shares pull back down is because the margins for this business is already really difficult. And so investors are a little bit concerned that having a cheaper model will also eat into margins, and that could take longer to be able to generate profitability. Now, this new model is a single motor rear wheel drive version of the Air Pure sedan, and it's priced at $77,400 at this point in time.
The new rear-wheel drive version is the first offering from Lucid to fall below the $80,000 mark. On the other end of the spectrum, the high-performance Sapphire version of the Air costs a substantial $249,000. This move comes as Lucid grapples with concerns about the ongoing demand for its vehicles. The company's shares have experienced a drop of over 24% since the start of 2023, and this latest move is seen as an attempt to address those concerns and attract a broader customer base. Lucid has yet to release its third quarter production and delivery numbers, which are expected to be disclosed when the company reports its third quarter financial results in early November. In addition, analysts believe Lucid might be facing a demand challenge. During its 2022 fourth quarter earnings report, Lucid stated that it had over 28,000 reservations for its Air sedan as of February 21st. That raised eyebrows because back in November, they had claimed over 34,000 reservations, yet they managed to deliver fewer than 2,000 vehicles in the entire fourth quarter. What's more unexpected is Lucid's projection for 2023. They plan to produce only 10,000 to 14,000 vehicles, significantly less than Wall Street analysts had anticipated. Oddly enough, their factory is set up to build roughly 34,000 cars annually. The challenges don't stop there. While Lucid faced hurdles getting the Air into production, such as securing key components and sorting out logistical issues in the first half of 2022, it seems they've now hit another roadblock, converting reservations into actual orders. CEO Peter Rawlinson acknowledged this issue during the earnings call, pointing out that reservations aren't binding. He emphasized their focus on sales and the need to raise awareness about the car and the company itself. More marketing efforts might assist, but it's evident that Lucid's vehicles aren't seeing the demand they had hoped for. This raises some crucial questions for investors. Firstly, just how extensive is Lucid's potential market? Their initial estimates may have been overly optimistic, especially considering their factory's production capacity far exceeds the current output. As Chief Financial Officer Sherry House highlighted during Lucid's earnings call, running an auto factory under capacity isn't a winning path to profitability. It results in negative gross profit due to labor and overhead costs. This leads to the next pressing question: how long will Lucid need to operate the factory at a loss? In other words, what's the timeline for reaching profitability, and how much more funding will they require along the way? These are pivotal questions that Lucid needs to address moving forward. Moreover, Bank of America analyst John Murphy, who had been quite optimistic about Lucid, recently changed his tune. In a note to investors following Lucid's 2022 fourth quarter earnings report, he downgraded the stock from a buy to a hold. Murphy's new assessment is that Lucid won't reach a break-even point until 2027, and he believes the company will need to secure additional capital sooner than previously anticipated. On a brighter note, Lucid enjoys substantial backing from a deep-pocketed investor, Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. They currently own around 62% of Lucid and have consistently demonstrated their commitment by injecting additional funds, including a $915 million investment in December. As long as the Saudi fund remains supportive, Lucid should have the financial means to keep moving forward. However, the path to profitability and the prospect of a substantial return for Lucid's investors appears to extend further into the future. But before we continue, we want to thank you for watching this far. So, just to recap, Lucid stock has hit a fresh record low, and this is happening right before the eagerly anticipated Q3 2023 delivery report. What's got investors a bit jittery is the idea that this latest dip might be their way of bracing for potential losses if that report doesn't look too good. You see, the story of Lucid's lackluster performance in 2023 is mainly about one thing: weak demand for its cars. Back in August, the company dropped a bit of a bombshell when it reported that its Q2 revenue fell short of what analysts had been expecting. The culprit? Well, it all boils down to the fact that they delivered fewer Air luxury sedans than folks on Wall Street had hoped for. In fact, they rolled out just 1,404 of those Air sedans during the second quarter, which was roughly 600 fewer than what those analysts were banking on. Now, if that's not enough, there's more fuel for the fire. Investors and other folks who keep a close eye on the electric vehicle market weren't exactly thrilled when they heard that Lucid's CEO, Peter Rawlinson, was pulling in an annual compensation package that's jaw-droppingly huge, to the tune of $379 million. That's over half of what Lucid raked in for its total revenue in 2022, making Rawlinson the highest-paid executive in the EV industry. But is there still a chance for Lucid to turn the tide? With their new vehicle added to the lineup, Lucid faces the challenge of ramping up production. Yet, this might not be much of a headache. Lucid recently made a big move by opening its first-ever international manufacturing plant in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, known as AMP2. In its initial phase, this facility is geared up to produce 5,000 vehicles each year. But the real promise lies in its full capacity potential, with AMP2 expected to roll out an impressive 155,000 vehicles annually when firing on all cylinders. To kick things off, AMP2 will focus on receiving and assembling vehicle kits that are pre-manufactured in the U.S. at the AMP1 manufacturing facility in Casa Grande, Arizona. The plan doesn't stop here. As we move towards the middle of this decade, Lucid has grand expectations for AMP2, envisioning it as a complete build unit production center. This strategic expansion is one of Lucid's key moves to stay competitive in the ever-evolving EV market. But as always, the future performance of Lucid remains uncertain. The company's recent endeavors, such as launching the more affordable Air Pure RWD and opening the Saudi manufacturing plant, indicate their determination to tackle the challenges they face. However, the electric vehicle market is highly competitive, and the price war with industry giant Tesla continues to cast a shadow. In light of this, keeping a close watch on Lucid's upcoming earnings reports becomes crucial. They could provide critical insights into the company's financial health, demand for their vehicles, and ability to sustain growth. As an investor or someone interested in the EV market, staying informed about Lucid's performance will be a prudent move. So, are you ready to stay in the loop and track Lucid's journey in this dynamic industry? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. And that's it. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe buttons down below. Additionally, if you want to know about Lucid stock prediction, just click this video right here. Thank you for tuning in and stay tuned for more exciting content in the future.